Yo, what is going on? It's Corey.
And it's Jahi. And you're now tapped in to the Fatherhood 4 podcast. What is up, everybody?
Tapped in.
You know what I mean? We here. This is Fatherhood Forward. I am Jahi.
And I'm Corey. And we back.
But
Episode 12.
I'm going to come with an intro because I'm tired of introducing myself. Like if you hear by now, you know who I am.
But we might get some random people that just tapping in there.
Right.
Episode 12. So they might not know. You know what I mean? I feel like people might tap into like where they see fit and then follow suit and really get to know us and through other episodes.
Right. I'm still going to come up with a cool intro one of these days. But what is up, man? We are back. What's up, bro? Check in. How you feeling? How's life? Work, kids.
It's another Sunday, so you know, football season is back. We said that last week. Parlays got me feeling all right today. We up today, but as far as like the week, man, 2 kids is not easy. 2 kids, it changes the game. It changes the game. Like. And I think that might be the part that really does, like, mentally mess with you. Like, because you went through it before, and you go into it saying, like, oh, I did this before, I can do this again. No, you did not do this before. Like, exactly, yeah, nope. Like, you didn't do this before. You did it with one kid. You ain't do it while raising another kid that you already, like, in the thick of it with. So,
that's a fact.
Yeah, 2 kids is different.
2
How
kids
about you, though, bro?
Yes.
Oh, they is, bro. Tag teaming me.
This week was good, man. I finally got back in the gym, dog.
Respect.
Trying to get back into like I feel like mentally I'm stable, but I got to get back into that physical. You can't neglect that physical side, especially as you get older, man. Like we talked about this a little bit first season. Obviously, the mental health is one thing, but physical health is like that stuff go hand in hand because like you get one temple, bro. Like you get one body, bro. So it's like when you get to the ages we creeping up on, like stuff really get to hurting sometimes in the morning. Like or if you might have overextended something, you might have pulled something and slept the wrong way. That joint hurt for a couple days.
Days, bro. I was just feeling that, bro. No bullshit.
Bro,
we ain't young no more, bro.
So
you know
I'm at that point. Yeah, I gotta get back all the way.
I feel you, bro. I was literally just at that same point. I had like a little pain in like the back of my hip, like on the side, on the top and shit. What make it even funnier though is like I tell Stephanie like when I start feeling that later in the day and shit. I'm like, babe, this fucking pain, like shit, like you need to stretch. She was like, did you do anything? I was like, nah, it's just like right here. Like she's like, maybe you pulled something. And then she look at me and I look at her. No, and then it clicked in my mind. Oh shit! Last night we was being a little extra.
Yeah, overextended yourself over here.
The fact, yeah, that's why I really feel like I'm an old head, bro. I can't even get down like I want to. Like, goddamn.
Nah, but all that goes into like that physical, like you know what I mean, making sure you taking care of yourself physically, bro, because it'll creep up on you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm making sure I kind of stay up on. I only made it twice this week, but we're gonna get back like more
progress,
and more. I actually missed the hoop session to be here to record this podcast today. So
respect.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get back on that court though.
You gotta make it up though. You can do some push-ups in the crib. You know what I mean? Something
for sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but all in all, I'm good though. Great week. No, nothing really out of the ordinary. So we good.
Looking forward to a good week ahead of us. I'm putting that in both of our errors for us, our family's errors. Absolutely. It's gonna be a good week, man. It's gonna be a good week. That's the plan anyway.
Absolutely, man. So we are here for. I messed this up last week too, and I saw it, but we are on episode 12 of season.
Oh yeah, ain't about nothing.
Episode 12, season 2. Anyway, last week we talked about what did we talk about, Corey?
Last week we was talking about raising kids, but gentle parenting, but being like intentional with our parenting styles more give or take. It was it was supposed to be all about gentle parenting, but we ended up just really like learning a lot about different parenting
Yeah,
styles outside of gentle parenting.
yeah,
But that was definitely like one of my favorite episodes. So I
yeah.
appreciate that one, man.
That joint was definitely educational for sure.
Facts,
Like
facts.
we have like a format that we kind of structure for every show, but the fact that like as we were going through the format and like learning and reading off certain things, it definitely seemed like an educational moment. So I like for us to go in that direction because if we're learning, we obviously know other people are listening and they can find things and tidbits. And we actually
Hmm.
got a few comments from people who you said it resonated well for them. So
Facts.
we're
Shout out to
going in a
any of y'all in
great
the
direction
comments.
for sure. Shout out to the
Facts.
comments and the subscribers. Y'all pulled up. Y'all definitely pulled up this week. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? As we return, so we at 89 right now. Let's just try to keep pushing for more. You know.
Facts. We appreciate y'all, man. All the support, all the love. Like we said, it just helps this channel grow. So let's keep that rolling.
Mm,
Share it with a friend. Let's
yeah.
keep on spreading the word.
Absolutely. Piggybacking off of, I guess, the different parenting styles that we had talked about last week, we found it necessary and fit to kind of speak on like etiquette um, and manners. It's kind of like do's and don'ts, things that should and should not happen around kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Because like we said, it's like we said on the previous episode as well. Everything that we doing on a day to day basis is getting stuck in the kids. But then, like, you gotta be open to the fact that it's not just you that's raising these kids, because the kids gonna step outside the house. The kids gonna be away
Mm-hmm.
from you at some point. They're gonna be around other people, other kids, and all that stuff is getting soaked in as well. So yeah, I feel like it's only right that we touch on that too.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess just to open it up, what what are some do's and don'ts for you? Like, I guess so the audience know where we're going is like specifically like when around children,
Yeah.
interacting with like you know what I mean. What are some do's and don'ts when kids are around?
I know, like when, cause Stephanie, she trying to pitch this idea as well, and when she first said it, like the first thing that came to my mind is like when you had a birthday party for the kids or something. Like I don't feel like nobody should be smoking around the kids, whether it's
Right.
cigarettes, whether it's the gas. Like just keep that around the adults and far far away from the kids. I don't think they need to be exposed to that, and to know they're not gonna know what that smell is, but later in life they're gonna realize like, oh snap, my mom, my dad, my uncles, my aunts, they was smoking outside my party, because now I know what that smell is. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, bro, I don't think that should be around. Shit, even it's crazy. Even though I'm saying this, I forgot that I be getting notifications and messages from my son daycare and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
they be even putting in the message like, "Yo, if y'all kids come in here smelling like smoke, we gonna have to send them home." Like, because apparently that's an
That's
issue.
wild.
That mean it's an
Like
issue,
smoke,
because
smoke, like or it doesn't matter.
it
They
don't
smell
really
it.
matter. Either one is bad. Like they
It's
shouldn't be
bad. Yeah.
yeah, they shouldn't be going around. I don't want you coming around my kids smelling like that, like smelling like
Mm.
cigarette smoke or weed smoke. Like nah, like it's not a kid's place.
That's a good one. Yo, it's crazy because like the way we grew up, you know what I mean? Like I don't know about you, but wherever my mom needed to for me to be growing up when I was like if it was being with family, you know what I mean, making sure I was being safe and secure. Like I had a grandma, rest in peace, Grandma Rose, man. She used to chain smoke cigarettes. Maybe not chain smoke, but she smoked cigarettes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so you as a kid you want to emulate those who are around you. So for me, I seen Grandma Rose smoke one time and flick the bud off into the grass. Man, I'm like, I said, I'm gonna wait until she go in the house. I'm gonna pick that joint up and I'm gonna smoke it. So what I did, she just it happened perfectly. Like, boom, she go in the crib. I'm still outside. I go pick the joint out. It's still burning. But me not
Mm.
even. I don't know. I picked a cigarette, put it in my mouth, smoke it. I was sick as hell for like a good 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Like sick as hell.
they ain't got
So
no
like for
reason going
you
in your
to
body.
It don't. And you know what? Grandma Rose was doing the best to her abilities because she was helping, you know what I mean? And
Right.
you could only imagine what was done around her when she was growing up.
Yeah.
But for me, yeah, I agree with you. Like, don't be smoking around my kid, dog.
But that right
Um,
there is like the perfect example because it's just the curiosity as a kid that then entered your mind.
mm,
It's like, oh snap, I'm seeing my grandma do this. Let me go ahead and try it
mm,
because it ain't nothing that's in you as a kid that's telling you like, nah, I'm a kid, I can't do that. As a kid, you feel like you can do anything, especially if you seeing it's
mm.
done by people that
That's a
you look
fact.
up to. You know what I mean? So I think that's why this conversation here is so important in general, no matter, you know what I mean, what we may bring up, because like we said, everything that we do is getting stuck in these kids and giving them ideas too.
Yeah, that's a fact. If I had to think about another. All right, so we got do's and don'ts. So maybe since you gave a don't, I'm gonna give a do.
Okay, okay.
One thing I do want you to do if my child is around is challenge them.
Okay.
So the biggest thing with Seven is we're trying to get her to speak in formulated sentences. Like, Daddy, can I have this?
Oh.
Mommy, can you help me with? You know what I mean?
Mm.
If you are around children, period, I feel like it's imperative to not just settle for what they give. So I'm learning that now. So she'll hit me with banana please,
Mm.
and I'm like, she's saying please, she's saying what she wants, but it's not in a sentence form.
Right.
Daddy, can I have a banana please? Or can I have a banana please? Like she knows what she wants. So now it's to the point we need to challenge her to say and articulate it the way it needs to be so other people can understand.
Right.
Because other people
So,
they'll be able to understand that, but we want
but
her to get how are you supposed to speak.
But what does that look like? Not only from you and Briani, like what does that look like from other people as far as like challenging? Are you like holding it on people as far as like don't give her what she want until she asks
Well,
correctly, or
that's how things are being ran in daycare.
okay,
So she's already been challenged in daycare. We're not so like we're not around enough or like take them out enough to be like, or she's not with my mom enough. She's with Brianni's mom a good amount, but like those people who are closer to us, like my sister in law, she's here. We're all on the same accord of how we want to make sure that she matriculates. You know what I mean? Like
that's important
we're
though.
all very very intentional about what direction we want her and to Bree to be headed in.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean? For those people who are around her the most, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing, bro. Like the bananas is one instance, but even if it's like like saying if she has to use the potty, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Do you have to potty? Not just like potty or I poo poo or like you know what I'm saying? Like we're just did you pee? Did you poop? Mommy, I poop. Daddy, I you know what I'm saying? Like it's
yeah,
really small, intricate. And then people are a creature of habit, but kids are definitely like you can that's when can get them from a sponge. And so if you instill the right things as a sponge, you can build on
right. That's a fact. That's a fact. And everything that
them.
you're saying, I definitely agree with, bro. Because all that is important. Because like how we said, it's not just you that's raising these kids. Everybody got to be on the same page for the goal to be achieved. Like because like the instance that you said, like oh well, when like using like the co-parent thing, like when you got a certain thing set up here and you dad, but then they go to mom, and you know what I mean
Yeah.
everything is totally different. Then all of your work then gets like almost just erased because other
Yep.
people not following through with what you trying to already set up, and because they
Mm-hmm.
mind is like a sponge, it's so pivotal that you know what I mean we really do you know what I mean all follow through with that, bro. I definitely agree, man. That's good that y'all all on the same page though. Like the people that's always around her, cause y'all gonna get it done there, man. Y'all gonna get it done.
Yeah, we have you know what I mean, and it's for the kids, dog. So like, you're not trying to do right by the kids, bro. Stay away from me.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, those people don't need to be around. They're not trying to do right by the kids, bro. It
Yeah.
ain't. It ain't. Nah. Everything is damn near about them in our lives.
Yeah. It
Everything we
sucks.
do.
It really sucks when you see some of the things that people do to kids out here, man. Cause
Yeah.
like they ain't asked, the kids didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask for to be in this situation. They ain't asked to be brought into a household with no love. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
damn. So, but yeah, okay. So that's one do. That's one do for me, just to have some balance to, you know what I mean? What we got going on.
That's what's up, man. I ain't even think about too many dudes, but like now that you done brought it up, just thinking of like what I want you to do for my kid when he's around. I don't like when people like, you know, one thing I don't like is when you go to a store and motherfuckers like Sincere, he could be in the mood sometimes where he want to say hi to people, and if a motherfucker say hi to you, and if even if they not a kid, you should say hi back. Like that's just polite. Like if my kid is saying hi to you, I think you should say hi to my kid back.
For sure.
Yeah, granted I can't control people, but my kid he's trying to interact with you. Say hi. Like I don't care if you don't like
Damn,
kids,
you really
don't got
had
no
that
kids.
happen?
Yeah, bro. But then I gotta
That's
be
crazy.
dad and explain like it's okay, buddy. They didn't hear you or they heard you. And they not trying to say hi. Like it's alright. But yeah, if you see my kid and he say hi to you, say hi back. It ain't that hard.
Yeah, what type of serial killer are you if a kid speaks to you and you don't speak back? What the hell?
Oh,
People
no,
do be hard at hearing, but like, bro, like when you, I feel like I get a lot more attention when I'm with my kids too.
Oh, all the time, all the time.
Especially when I'm by myself and I have my kids.
Yeah, and even like even before I was a parent, I think I'm more conscious of it now. But before I was a parent, if a kid's speaking to me, I'm gonna speak back just because it's a kid. Like,
absolutely.
Again, they didn't ask to be here. They just going through life. I'm not about to be that representation that people are fucked up. But now that I'm a parent, I really, really get it. Like, if a kid is speaking to me, I'm gonna definitely speak back because I'm thinking to myself, damn, I would want somebody to speak back to my kid.
For sure.
Yeah, I try to be conscious of that when I'm out, man. But yeah.
All right, so what kind of behavior, if we still talking about etiquette, what is I mean, because smoking is one thing. I feel like it's an action, but what kind of behavior is like non-negotiable around children for me? Because for me, I don't know. I don't want to use aggression. Aggression is like mad blanket. But if you pissed off, bro, you might as well leave the kids alone. Like they tell you that when you're in a hospital. You know what I mean? When the baby's just crying and you feel like you get to that boiling point, bro, walk away.
Don't even be arguing in front of my kids. Like if you and whoever got something going on, you know that don't got to be seen in front of my kids because my kids ain't seeing that at home. Don't try to bring that in front of them. You know what I mean? Outside of home, granted, again, that's something that I can't control, but I think everybody got to do their part and realize who's around. And yeah, don't be arguing and trying to fight in front of my kids. Get the cussing all loud and shit. Like, yeah, I may cuss, but I try not to cuss in front of my kids because I done told y'all how he pick up on the things that I'm saying now, and I gotta stop. So cussing is definitely like out of the question because I can't have him going to daycare cussing kids out and shit. Like, nah.
Yo, you gotta be careful what you say around these kids, especially
real,
at the toddler age.
Because they're gonna take it and use it, and they're gonna use it right. But it's gonna be at a time where you don't want it to, or it's gonna catch you off guard, or both at the same time. And they're gonna use it right.
I can't snitch on him, but he's retired. My wife's father-in-law. He was over the crib, and he's retired. Nowhere in the world. He enjoys some medicinal cannabis.
Respect.
From time to time. So we was having a conversation in the house, and he had said something about weed. So Seven is not in the conversation at all. She's like behind the couch doing something in the dining room. He says weed. She says weed.
That's all it takes, bro. They always listening, even when they not,
bro. We looked around and said, Did she just? Damn, she said we like that though.
Yeah, they
Yeah, you
always
gotta be
listening.
careful, dog. You
Facts.
got to be
Because
careful.
it's easy to get comfortable and think that they not listening. Like, and it's easy to, especially like you just talking. Like a similar example to like what you just said, bro. My parents, like, they just be joking and shit, and they be like, "This nigga," like just
Mm.
casually, you know what I mean? Just this nigga, bro. One day, Saint crying, and we talking to Saint sincere, like, this nigga, like, like, yo,
He
you
used
don't
it
even know
right.
what you use it right and everything, like
Oh
this nigga,
man,
like,
dog.
bro, you don't even know what you saying, but he used it right. That's why you gotta watch what you say. They taking
Yo.
how you saying it, when you saying it, and what you saying, and they gonna use it.
Nah, cause that joint you had said last week, like, Daddy, you getting on my nerves. That shit was gold. I wish you had that on camera, bro.
Bro, I couldn't believe my eyes. Like the fact that he like said it twice, put his head down, and held his face. Like, yo, I'm really pissing you off, huh? Like,
Yeah.
you're 3 years old. Like, what are you saying?
Yo, you gotta be careful, dog. Especially arguing, any physical altercations.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier said than done with cussing, cause I was raised with some sailors. You know what I mean? Like my
Yeah.
mom didn't really cuss like that, but I was around it. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
um, yeah,
It's
especially when they're
definitely easier
young,
said
because
than
you don't
done.
want to normalize like cussing, for example, right? So if you the people at in your household cuss, that's one thing. But if you go into school and they cussing, it's like, oh, if it's not happening in your household and you go to school and you hear other little kids cussing, it's like that don't happen at home. So I feel like they'll be less reluctant to actually result into using that type of vocabulary.
Right.
But if it's happening at home, it's kind of an enabling behavior because they identify with certain words that are already being used at home.
Yeah, but even if it's happening at home, like if it slip out, like use that time to like correct each other as parents. Cause
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Sincere tell me certain words that I say, like it don't even be nothing crazy. Like I might be like, "What the heck?" and he'll say like, "Don't say that," because he knows that if he say that, I'm gonna
It's
say, "Don't
close.
say that." Like, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, just like he'll tell me, "Don't say that" to a couple different things, and like
Mm.
you gotta teach them to call out wrongdoing. So like if I had to think of another do, like that's a do that I want you to do around my kid. If somebody's doing wrong, call it out so my kid knows it's wrong, and he knows then it's okay to speak up and say something is wrong. Because you don't want
Okay.
to create a child that feel like they can't speak up in any environment. Like if you see something wrong, speak up.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I mean that flows perfectly. So are we being intentional about correcting other people's behavior around our kids? Like what your like whoever uses this nigga wherever they use it, like how do you go about correcting that?
Yeah, I told my parents that he said that, so I told them again we gotta be mindful of what we saying around them. So like, I mean, I already told them that, so you know, what I mean, that's on them to move forward and watch what they say. But if it was to happen again, then I gotta revisit that conversation, uh, and you know, what I mean, try to nip that in the butt because I can't have them going to school talking about this nigga.
Is there so man, I haven't got to the point where I had to correct somebody about etiquette around my kid or kids, but want to. Is it ever confrontational when you have to address things with people pertaining to your kids? Period. Like if you want, like even if it's at daycare, bro, like you want your kid to be handled a certain kind of way. Like,
Right.
is that difficult?
I'm not a confrontational person, so like I'm not. I feel like the way I may pose things, it mitigates the chances of confrontation. Whereas like
Okay.
with Stephanie, she's more of a this what I say go, and you know what I mean.
Okay.
She's more of a confrontational person, if I would say. So me personally, no, I haven't had any confrontation when I'm you know what I mean, trying to set things straight for my son. I mean, me and my mom may butt heads because, like we said last time, they feel like moms may feel like they have the more knowledge in the situation than us sometimes, but it never be like confrontational because I don't take things to heart because I know that in the end I got the final say so over what I'm gonna do with my kid. And if you can't get on ship, then yeah, I gotta not have you around my kid. It's just that simple for me. Do you see, like, if you had to have, like, correct somebody, do you see it could potentially be confrontational?
Yeah. Because everybody, well, if you're a parent, everybody parents differently.
Right.
So, but you can't parent my kids differently if they're my kids. It don't work like that.
What you mean?
If they my kids, I send them to you and I send them to you in good faith. And if you know or have an understanding of what you think I need to be done or I want to be done or we want to be done or how we want our kids to be cared for, then you should respect that.
Okay, so you're saying, like, in the event, like, somebody stepping outside of what you already have going because they watching your kids and they doing their own thing. You speaking like, okay, yeah, I can understand that because that's a problem. That is a problem. And
bro, just stick to the fucking script. Why we gotta, like, even if you haven't done this before, or if you babysat kids your whole life, if you are auntie of 30 kids, bro, they my children.
Facts. Like I said last episode, bro, I gotta deal with this stuff every day. Like, and the same with every parent. Like, what I say gotta go, and I feel like that's not hard to listen to and follow behind. Like, especially because it's not your kid. Just
why do you think that's difficult for people?
Because I don't know. I think it might be like a pride thing, maybe. Like, people just feel like they know more than they feel like they giving credit for in that situation. Or it just could be just a lack of respect.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say is it insulting. I've kind of felt that vibe before, like it's almost insulting.
Sometimes, yeah, it can be insulting. Yeah. Well, I thought you were speaking from like our perspective, like, because we.
I mean, it very well can be insulting to us, but I'm saying that's probably like the way
they receiving it, like it's
they
insulting.
receive it.
Yeah, because you're telling them what to do. I don't think it should be though, but it's your kid though. Like, like it's mine. That's like if I tell you,
we're gonna have to move on
real quick though. But like that's like if I tell you, look, I'm gonna let you use my car. I got a donut on it. Don't drive over 45. You get in the car, man. Fuck this. I'm gonna drive this motherfucker 70 miles per hour. Now you done fuck my car up. And I done rolled with a donut
before.
Right.
I done rolled with 2 donuts.
Who this motherfucker telling me to don't drive over 45? Like it don't say it on the tire. Like,
yeah. Like, no.
Now you done fuck my car up, and I gotta deal with that. I gotta go get it fixed. Same thing. I done told you he need X, Y, and Z, and you ain't do it. Now I gotta deal with it.
Oh man. So nah, you right though, dog. That's difficult, man. I feel like if we're dealing with like our elders period, we're gonna have to deal with that. I like I don't really drop my kids off to my sister because that's 2 kids for a 19-year-old. That's tough.
Yeah, that's
but
tough.
like
that's tough.
We even if we were doing like I know your sister is a little younger, well, a little older than mine. So the respect is still there for people who are younger than us. You know what I mean? So it might just be a respect and understanding type of deal.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll get there one day.
With my sister. Now, my sister, the only thing, like, nobody in the house really agree with me on, and I at this point, I just gave up on it, and that's them trying to make Sincere take a nap. And the only reason I gave up on it because I know that I can have a hard time getting him to take a nap, and I know damn well he's not going to listen to them at their house to take a nap. That's like the only thing. But they've been trying to fight me on that forever. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, he don't need a nap no more. That was around like 2 years old. Like, the boy still need a nap at 3 years old. He ain't have a nap today because he was over there. He was going to crash out hard by the end of the night.
Oh, he should crash out a little earlier.
He's going to crash out early. He's going to.
Yeah.
But
that ain't necessarily a problem. But if you say that you want to try to get him to take a nap, then you try. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that should still be respected. But, you know, like, bro, they say, like, with grandparents, grandkids always get away with more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
it's
he
like,
knows it now. He knows it.
Yeah.
All right, wait. We know y'all enjoying the episode, but we need y'all, man.
Yes, we need y'all to hit the button. Like, follow, subscribe, share, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. Hit the button, please.
Just please, man. Help us grow this show as much as we want to, man. Helps us get to new audience, grow that podcast, and we appreciate all the support this far, man.
Yup. Back to the show. So, all right. So that's kind of just helping teach other people how to have or what etiquette to have around your kids. Hold on real quick, bro.
You good? See me put the dad voice on. They put the dad voice on for the dogs.
them dogs, man. They be getting loose, man.
That's crazy.
Nah. All right. So, but how do we go about teaching etiquette to our kids? Are they too young?
No, I don't think they're too young. I think they may be too young to really like tell them that that's what we teaching, but we teaching them by example. Like how we said, like if you see something wrong, say that's not nice. Like you see somebody, you know what I mean, saying something bad to somebody, say that's not nice. Like if you see somebody not sharing, hey, tell them to share. Like you gotta show them examples of what is expected. And then that way they can carry themselves whenever they get into these public settings the way that we are expecting them and what we teaching them. They can excuse all of everything that we showing them and stuff. I think that's important too, because that's just, like I said, you don't want to create a problem in an environment because you're not teaching your kids right from wrong.
Okay, so I remember you had said you were in the why phase with Sincere, right? Has Sincere ever asked you why he has to say please?
Nah, he hasn't asked me why yet. But he hasn't asked me why he got to say please, but he did just recently ask why he has to say can I? Because like just like how you were saying, you're trying to teach him can I, this boy will wake up and start saying I want. Like and it get to the point where like now you feel like you demanding stuff because he carries it like he's demanding this. Like if you don't get it, like he's gonna snap the fuck out. But like, all right, let's work on you actually asking for this. So you're gonna get either a yes or no, and that's still a work in progress itself. But no, he hasn't asked why he has to say please. Have you experienced that?
No, 7 ain't in Y yet. She's
Okay.
she's in no. At least for me. So when that time comes, I feel like explaining why, please, thank you, and those kind of things are being used. Can I? Like we should probably stress that when the comprehension start, like they comprehend well, but like comprehending to understand, you know what I'm saying? Like this is a really young age, but overall, like teaching the reason behind manners is like that'll be a good impact on them later on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe later. I feel like maybe like Sincere hasn't given us no pushback on like saying please, saying thank you, because we've been making him say that stuff since he could first talk,
For so long,
before he could really even speak the words clearly. Like, so maybe he just knows like I've been saying this when they tell me to say it. Like I gotta say it. So maybe that's why he don't push back. And I mean, now that I'm saying it out loud, that could be why. Because the things that he pushes back on when we try to correct him, it's like you've been getting away with it for this long. He feel as though in his
So
mind,
yeah,
why the fuck I gotta do that? So yeah, that very much could be it.
that's good. But we do have people in the audience who have older kids.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have older kids, just a suggestion because you're farther in your journey than we are in our parenting journey. You should emphasize on teaching your kids manners and
Yeah,
the reason why they should go about having manners. Reason being is because I grew up like a respectable young man. I held doors for women, and you know what I mean. I just kind of always was raised with respect. But
you
if you
got a
have
lot of them old
manners,
ladies. You had a lot
oh
of
for
old ladies
sure,
tell you, "Oh, your mom must have raised you well."
absolutely, absolutely.
Facts.
You hold the door for everybody, black, white, and different, as long as
Mm-hmm.
they're a lady. And for the next generation, you help teach them up. Like you know what I mean.
Facts.
We might be with my brother-in-law and he's like 13 14 or something like that. Yo, you hold the doors now, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
like explain. It's tough for the woman, like if you're the woman raising your young boys, you know what I mean, just do what you can. But the
Right.
small things like making sure he holds the door, making sure he takes the trash out, making sure he understands that certain things that a young man is supposed to do, it'll translate into him being a respectable man as he gets older.
Facts. That's why, like everything that we're doing, like is so important right now. Even though, like we said, we're not that far into our journey, but we at a pivotal stage where if we can implement this stuff right now, and it becomes so habitual to them, it becomes so engraved to them, it's easy for it not to get lost later down the line. Because, like you said, things can get lost from generation to generation if we don't teach the things that we need to be teaching early. You know what I mean? Like even
Facts.
like how you said last episode in like the teenaging years, some of them parenting styles can get a little combative because at that point so much things is engraved in them and they feel like they already know everything. They feel like they can't be taught but only but
Mm,
so much anymore. You gotta nip this stuff in the butt early.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, even if you see it's like I'm not gonna say it's never too late, but it's like you can catch it even when you see like them slipping, like them
Mm-hmm.
preteen years where they get to slip off. Like yo, you got a chance to reel them back in and still instill principle for them to understand. Like you're doing this out of love and the betterment of them. You know what I'm saying? Like you want them to be better than you. So if there's any lack that you feel like you had when you were growing up, you need to instill it in your kids, especially
Facts
in manners. These new kids don't have manners.
at all.
These kids come into the barbershop, put shiesty on, hoodie on. If you want a haircut, I would have never known that you wanted a haircut because you coming in here all dark. You don't know how to speak to people. You don't know how to shake hands. You don't know how to hold a conversation.
Yeah, see, and you in an environment where you actually get to see the youth more than I do. So
Absolutely.
like you could really speak to that a
Absolutely.
lot more. But that's really crazy that these kids
They
is
don't know how to look you in the eye. Young boy be having a whole conversation with you, looking away or looking
it's not
down.
good. It's not good, man. And that's something that even like that I want to instill in Sincere and Saint. Like, you know what I mean? Look a man right in his eyes when you're talking to him. Like anybody, right in their
Absolutely.
eyes. Like just
Absolutely.
keep that eye
Absolutely.
contact. Like engage in that conversation. Understand what somebody is telling to you. Because you can tell a lot from motherfuckers in their eyes, man.
Bro, you can see right through a motherfucker sometimes.
Facts.
You can see, yo, it from a frail handshake to somebody who look at you in the eye for 2 seconds and look away
Mm-hmm.
and don't look at you again. Like all of that type stuff, the shaky voice, it's no real sternness in what they standing on. Oh, I can't, man. I already know this
That's
motherfucker. All right,
but
you know what
that's
I'm
that
saying?
goes
I can
down
see
to
right through
etiquette.
him.
You know what I mean? That goes down to even you teaching your kids about you gotta teach your kids about that stuff too. Look out for that type of stuff.
Absolutely. And you know what? You have to, yeah, you gotta teach them. So all these instances, man, holding the door, handshaking, uh, the eye contact. This is all stuff that you can do. Man, woman, or indifferent, y'all can all work on stuff like this today if you feel like there's a genuine lack in communication for your child. Like
Facts.
take them out of the environment that they're the realm of comfortability that they're in, and make them do some uncomfortable things.
Yes, because that's where
It'll
growth
help.
is created.
It'll help.
Mm-hmm.
We went off a little bit, but that was necessary. That was very much necessary because I know it's single mothers out here, even for the 2-parent household. Like sometimes we be getting caught up. Like, yeah, we got 2 parents in the house, so the kids are gonna learn shit. But bro, you gotta still do the work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that don't
for our
guarantee
daughters. For our daughters, our daughters need to be. They need to be in middle school, elementary school, high school, and understanding who are the people that they can give their time to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What a respectable young person looks like.
Facts.
Even how she's supposed to hold herself. Because none of this changes besides holding the doors. If you're a lady, you don't need to be holding doors regardless.
No.
But giving people the respect to look them in the eye and shake their hand with firmness and you know what I mean? It builds such strong character because if you go into every situation like that, you're gonna stand out, especially if you're a kid in today's time.
Oh, you're gonna
like I know
stand
like
out.
bro, I know like 4 or 5 kids offhand that give me a firm handshake, and I'm talking about some of them are younger than 6 or 7. Firm handshakes, but it's on the other side, it's kids that's 13, 14 that don't know how to that don't know they're supposed to be holding the door for their pregnant mother.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And that I say it all the time. All the things that the kids do, we got to take a look at ourselves in the mirror. Like, yo, where did I go wrong, or where did I not give them that full opportunity to learn? Because a lot of this stuff can be taught, man. All this stuff can be taught. We gotta.
It can be taught, but you as the adult have to educate yourself.
That's a fact. That's why you gotta look in the mirror.
Like, this is an example. Say sis never got a door held for her.
Ooh, okay. I get that.
You say
how I'm gonna teach what I ain't see.
Say bro's dad was so timid that he never looked him in the eyes.
You got it. That's a valid point. That's a valid point.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta look yourself in the mirror and teach yourself these things too. But yeah,
do what you can, but it goes down to being intentional. You as a man, it's certain shit you just supposed to know, but we do have to look inwardly to see where we lack,
and
seek that growth.
Yeah, you got to find it out, man. You got to know your weak points so you don't pass it down to your kids and create a bad line of you. I ain't out here trying to do that, man. I'm trying to see my kids be better than me, be the best human beings that they could possibly be on a day-to-day basis.
And they will be. And they will be. No problem. So, all right. Let's see. We're still on etiquette, though. Okay. So handling like influence from their peers, like our kids. Excuse me. So how do we handle like our kids witnessing poor behavior from like other kids?
Yeah, that just go back to like I feel like kids should be calling out kids not doing what they're supposed to do. Like, and some
kids should be calling out kids.
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
And some people are like, "Oh, your kid's a snitch." Like, nah, my kid, my kid understands right from wrong, and they're not about to let you do wrong to them or in front of them. Like,
okay,
and that for one, that lets you know that your kid knows that something is wrong. So that should let you know that your kid's not going to do that, and they're not going to stand for that happening to them. And even outside of that, they'll stand up for somebody that is getting wrong done to them. So I feel like that goes back to community, is like being there for one another. Like, you creating that strong person in any environment that they go into, and knowing that they're going to call out some bullshit if it's some bullshit. And because they know right from wrong, your kid will come home and tell you if some shit went wrong today.
That's a fact. if you coach it, you definitely coach them on that young.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna come home. They gonna come home with something.
Facts. Facts. What you think though?
Mm, I don't even know, dog. Cause I'm not here yet. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
feel you.
I haven't. Like I don't even know.
Yeah, sincere. He comes home and tell us about his day. Like him and Stephanie have that great relationship because she's the ones that picks him up from daycare every day. He tells her shit that happens in his day, whether it's good or bad. Like if somebody didn't take their nap, he's gonna tell her. If he didn't take his nap, he's gonna tell her. Like he snitch on himself. So you know what I mean. It works right now, and later down the line, I'm hoping that it works when if you know what I mean because we see stories unfortunately where the schools is doing something to the kid and they lying about the shit. But I feel like the way that we going about this right now, if Sincere was to come home and tell us some shit later down the line, I would believe him because he's been doing this for so long. He's not about to just lie. He just
right.
telling us this because it's just a habit at that point.
Mm.
I can't be there 24/7 because I got other things to do. So I got to learn to take the word of my kid. And I know other motherfuckers out here might be lying. So if my kid is telling me X, Y, and Z happened, I got reason to believe that X, Y, and Z might have happened.
Mm. So does it ever get to the point where you've ever had to correct like another child that was around your kid doing wrong?
I mean, it may be
Or
like small
just
stuff.
displaying
Like
poor behavior?
I really try not to correct other kids. I more so correct Sincere on how to like handle a situation. Like if somebody, like, well, typically it's him not sharing, but or if somebody's not sharing, I'll tell him like, all right, wait your turn, and then you know what I mean we could try again, try to ask for it politely, or try to like instead of waiting your turn, let's try to ask for it instead of trying to take it.
Right.
So you got to kind of play your
Tough
side.
John. You gotta be careful. Yeah.
Because I can't parent somebody else's kid because I don't want you trying to parent my kid.
Well, it's not. It's not necessarily parent. I guess it's not parent, but it's like what. Like, say you at a park and the kid is doing wrong. Oh man, yo, we was at main event yesterday, and me and Seven was sitting down on this. I think it's like a little roller coaster ride, and Brianni is she was talking to somebody and she had Jabri in her hands. Me and Seven was just sitting down, but they're in our eyesight. This young boy was about to get on the little joint where you climb up and go. Bro, I don't know what was wrong with him, but he started barking at my wife when her back was closed and Jabri was in her hands. Maybe he was trying to like, I don't know if he was trying to frighten Jabri or like he was playing. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but I was about to get up so fast and like, but but he was barking at her, bro.
Barking
like,
is crazy, bro.
He had to be like 7 or 8, bro. Had to be a young bull, maybe 9.
Barking is crazy.
I was really ready to get up and like, yo, young boys, you all right?
Right.
Is you okay?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
you got to say it in a nicer
doing?
way though, because but
no,
yeah.
no, that was
no.
it. That was it. Because he was old enough to understand. Like,
oh, yeah,
what are you doing?
Old enough to understand. Yeah, that's
what
crazy.
Are you doing?
Barking is crazy. Because even if you trying to scare my son, like he only won. Like, what the fuck you doing?
What are you doing? Like,
right.
What are you doing?
Yeah, nah.
Because if that's my son, I would expect you to do the same thing. What are you doing?
Yeah, facts.
Like, are you okay? You need some help?
Yeah.
I need to talk to somebody.
I agree. Cause that shit shouldn't be happening. No.
What are you doing?
So what did you do though?
Bro, by the time I got up, he was probably like already fastened to the joint. Like he was fastened to the little shit and started walking up the joint. So it was nothing really that I could do. But I was just like, I caught it like just as it was about to be over, and he kind of walked away kind of fast. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just charge it.
Yeah, man.
Oh boy,
those are gonna be tough situations that we can't protect them from the world, unfortunately. But I mean, we got to try to do what we can. But that shit right there is Like the fuck you barking
unexcusable.
For? Yeah.
What are you barking for? Number one, like what the hell is going on in this world?
Yeah, nah, that's crazy.
I was gonna give young boy a wedgie, but his jaws was probably dirty.
Wedgie is crazy.
Oh,
somebody give my
nasty
kid a wedgie,
John.
bro. I gotta take you outside.
One of them joints you lift the nigga up by his hands.
See, but all right, so put
He gotta go to the bathroom.
If a motherfucker came to you, if Jabri came to you, he's 7 years old, and the motherfucker gave him a wedgie, bro. I know you turning up, bro. I know you turning up. Whether he was right or wrong, bro.
Bro, in that moment, I wanted to give young boy a wedgie. I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Wedgie is crazy.
Yeah, because that's how we got handled back in the day.
Facts.
I had my fair share of wedgies, nigga.
Yeah, but I ain't letting nobody.
And you made it home to see another day.
Yes, I mean, how do we handle other people's kids outside though? Like, cause we can't put our hands.
We need
on
to
them.
ask the audience, bro.
Facts.
We need to ask the audience, bro. If you made it to this far in the episode, please tell us.
Leave it in the comments, man. Because I need to know. Because if a motherfucker put their hands on my kid, like and
no, it's different. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, no, I'm not. That's not flying. That's not flying. Regardless of my kid right or wrong, we gotta. Now I gotta put my hands on you. But, yeah, nah. I can't. That's why I wouldn't put my hands on somebody else's kid as bad as I may want to. I just tell my kid that, you know what I mean? That's not what you do.
Yeah.
They're not being nice or respectable, depending on the age that we at.
Well, I'm strapped, so if young boy people's gonna be salty, they was just gonna be salty. But no, it's not that serious. it's really not that serious at all. Yeah, but you're right. If you're not willing to get hands put on you, please don't touch nobody's kids, because I would definitely hurt you about my kids.
Oh, for sure. And I hope that everybody else is standing on that just like we is, because nah.
Yeah. Okay, so please remember in the comment section, how do you go about correcting poor behavior from other people's kids? You know?
Yeah, we definitely want to hear.
Let us know.
Y'all. But yeah, even like other kids too, like around your kid. Like I think I talked about it one time where I was at the park, and kids is probably like 7, 8, maybe 10 at most. But these little motherfuckers cussing and shit, like cussing. You know, at that age, you get a little bit of freedom. You by yourself. Your parents may be a couple feet away or whatever. They can't hear you. You gonna let them things loose, and they was letting them loose. I mean, little Mexican kids talking about nigga and shit, like crazy. Yeah. Like, and they like the younger one is telling the older one was telling the younger ones, you can't say that. I'm 9, you 6, you can't say that. Like, so I gotta tell Sincere, they saying bad words. Like, you can't don't listen to that, because they gonna be around that shit. So it's like I can't correct the kids as bad as I want to, because they not my kids. I can only correct what Sincere hears and how he takes that stuff in. I feel like, but again, I'm not always gonna be there, but since I'm there, I can tell them, yo, that's not right. They shouldn't be saying that.
I get that for sure. Now I oppose though, because if I'm the adult around and I hear you and I'm like I'm in like reasonable distance and I hear you cussing and I know you shouldn't be cussing, bro, watch your mouth.
That's
because it's a respect thing. Because even I got certain clients that they have a rapport. We have respect for each other. But when they get out of hand, bro, watch your mouth, bro.
I respect
that. If you don't talk like this at home daily in front of everybody, don't come here and thinking that this is free reign for you, because we're not enabling behaviors that lower. Like we had talked, I brought it up before. I try not to cuss on the podcast, because somebody who with a lot of wisdom, and somebody that I have respect for said, if you have to cuss, you lack vocabulary, and I truly believe it. Like sometimes, like cussing gives you emphasis on certain words, right, or emphasis to certain topics, but it really is like an easy way out.
I agree. But see, I feel like my stance on it. why I say I'm not correcting the kids is similar to what y'all was saying last season when we was talking about if you see
mind your business.
Yeah, mind your business, because like they just like how you said they may be fighting at home, the kids might be cussing at home. So
that's crazy though, because you opposed to that. You opposed to that.
I did oppose to that because I feel like the
and that was way more. That was way more extreme.
But I feel like that's why I opposed to it though, because that's way more extreme. I can't just let you harm another person and I'm bearing witness. But if it's like something like you cussing, granted these kids very much could be cussing at home. Like I don't put it past nobody in this day.
They probably are.
They probably are. Like, and the parents might be cool with it, but I'm not going to correct them because I know there's a high chance that could be going on at home. And then I got to get in. I got potentially getting into it with the kids. Then I'm going back and forth with the kid. I'm not about to do that. Then I got to talk to your parents.
This is where I oppose. The difference between the two situations. Before we talked about can you make me one of those? That before we had talked about if we seen two grown adults getting into a physical altercation. You know what I'm saying? The difference is we're talking about children. So all children don't know right from wrong, but majority do. So if you're the adult in the situation who is correcting the behavior, kids are impressionable. So even if those kids cuss at home, if you go to speak to say there's two brothers, you go speak to the one kid and don't even address the other brother. You say, yo, young boy, stop cussing. I know you shouldn't be cussing because if maybe you don't know at all, but this is what you say. You wouldn't be cussing that way if you were at home with whoever your parent is. So don't do it in front of me, please. Right?
Respect.
They have to. They might cuss you out, or they'll really respect it.
They really might though,
or they'll respect it, right? But if you make that effort, the kid go home, his brother get to cussing at him, but you leave that lasting effect. Like, yo, somebody told me that I probably shouldn't be cussing,
right?
And it's a reason why he told me that. That makes a difference because you still leave a lasting impression. For adults, I feel like when we're adults, we are who we're going to be, and yeah, it's some changing that can happen from you telling that brother or sister, like, yo, maybe you should keep your hands to yourself.
Right.
But the likelihood,
yeah, I feel you. I get what you're saying. So I'm gonna try to, you know what I mean, if I see that happening again with some kids,
that's a perfect example. Like, yo, watch your mouth.
Yeah, I say something if I see that again to some kids, man. But either way, I feel like, man, we all got a responsibility as adults to say something to adults too. Just going back over that.
For sure. But not if I'm with my woman.
We can get back into that later, man.
Yeah, we got to. But all in all, yeah, man. Make sure. Oh well, let me ask you, Corey. What is one rule you'll always like one thing you'll always enforce with your kids, and like why?
One rule. That's a good question. Damn. It's so hard to just say one, but even like what we just said, like because I got two boys, so like,
thank you. I
gotta teach them to be respectable men and be honorable men. Just something as small as like look a man in his eyes when he's talking to you. You know what I mean? Just something as small as that. Firm handshake. You know what I mean? Hold the door for women. I want them to be respectable. I'm naming more than one because these are just like general things that I feel like they have to do. They're going to see me do it. Respect you. All right, so if I had to say one, it's going to be respect your mom. Respect your mom. You respect your mom, you're going to go out in the world, you're going to respect other women. So I feel like that would be my one.
Bro, you just used like four.
I'm sorry.
You just checked four off the board.
I'm sorry, but that would be my one. That would have, if I had to put any of them I would need to put the most important one as the one. That would be the one. Respect your mom. I feel like if you do that, you gonna respect other women, and you ain't gonna respect your women when you want your woman once you get there. So yeah, respect your mom. What about you though? I am sorry. I did like 4. I am sorry. I told you I couldn't just say one.
Dog, now I really gotta think. Cause I was going to say something along the lines of respect, like even respecting yourself.
That's important too.
If you know what I mean, if you respect yourself in turn, you have no choice but to respect other people and give them the just due. It got to be something. It's something better than. It's really something better than that. Or treat people the way that you would like to be treated.
Golden rule right there. Golden rule.
Yeah. So.
And I go back to respecting yourself though.
Absolutely, but it's like, even, and it goes deeper than that too, because you want to. Sometimes you got to kill people with kindness. You got to kill people with a smile. You know what I'm saying? You got to kill people with respect. Like
taking the high road.
You know what I'm saying? Like I for real, growing up, I really was opposed to that route until you get in situations where you can't handle, like it's too much for you to handle.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as like, I've always treated people with respect. I've always had friends. Like I remember when we was in like middle school or something like that. Like I was friends with the quote unquote cool people, but I opposed some of the cool people too. I always got respect from both sides. The people who are not so cool or they didn't fit in with everybody, I was always like, I was cool with both sides, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I've since people appeared to be different, or they had different clothes on, or you know what I mean, they look different a little bit, they smell different. Like I still got the same respect. It happened.
Yeah. Smell different. It's crazy though. But yeah, I get it. That one just fucked me up,
bro. Because, bro, I remember back in the day, I was in 3rd grade. And it was this girl that always smelled like pee.
Ugh.
Like she peed herself. She had to. I remember. Still smell the pee. I ended up going to high school with her. Very pretty girl, nice and all that. But I always, every time I seen her, I smelled the pee.
Ugh.
But she's a nice person, nice girl. She's married now, has a family and everything like that. So, like, I wouldn't treat her no different.
That's what's up.
But I remember in 3rd grade, she ain't have many friends because she was peeing on herself.
Yeah, I bet.
3rd or 4th or 5th grade, I don't remember the grade. Because people don't need to be like, oh yeah, I do know who.
Because I was about to say, I feel like
yeah,
I
it might have been 4th grade. Well, no, because we didn't go to the same school when I was in 3rd grade.
No.
Or 4th or 5th, because I went to 3 different schools those years.
Yeah, we met in like 5th grade. Yeah.
So, yeah, man, just treat people the way that you would like to be treated.
Facts.
And that goes for adults too, man. Like sometimes we like self-awareness, like where the hell we at? Self-respect. We at main event. Shorty had her butt cheeks out. It's a bunch of kids in here.
It's a kid's place.
What the heck is going on here?
Etiquette around kids. Don't come around with your ass out. Like,
that's another one,
right? Like etiquette around kids, bro. Like that shit should be universal.
Dress how you want to be addressed. Fire,
you
nigga.
Cooking, bro. You cooking.
Damn.
Dress how you want to be addressed. That's fair.
Dress
that's fair.
How you want to be addressed.
That's fair. Yeah, you cooking. But yeah, bro, that should be a universal do and don't, man. Why you come around?
I'm ended on that one.
Universal do's and don'ts. You heard it here first, man. From Fatherhood forward. One of them is dress how you want to be addressed.
That's a fact. And clip that. Whoever does the clips, clip that.
Yeah, man. It's a lot more out there. So if y'all got any other do's and don'ts, definitely drop them in the comments. Yeah, man, because we gotta be mindful of what we put in front of these kids at all times, like on a serious note. That stuff, like I said last episode, is getting put into the cement. Let's create a better world for everybody, man. The kids matter. The kids really matter. Like, they matter more than us because they're gonna be here, you know what I mean, for years to come. And once we gone, if we keep making them better, they are our future. We make them better, the world can get better. The world can be closer together. It all starts with how we raise these kids and what we teach them, and the values that we instill in them. So that's all this message is for. This message is brought to you by Fatherhood Forward.
I agree. But before we get out of here, right, we got a big episode coming up next week, man. We have Sabri. What's Sabri's last name?
Sabri Thompson. Yep.
Sabri Thompson. Yeah. Is his brand FP Athletics?
Sorry, Fit and Professional. Fit and
Professional Athletics. Yep. So we're going to have Sabri Thompson here next week. And the first guest, so we're gonna hit the ball rolling. Of course, he's a father. And y'all will hear more about that leading up to or whenever the episode drops. But
my guy's a great realtor too. So if you need a crib, you know what I mean, 302 Breeze on the gram. Hit my guy.
Nice.
He's gonna get you right. You know what I mean? Selling or buying, don't matter. And he got the brand, like we just said, Fit and Professional. So if you're trying to get your workout in, but still look professional, that's my guy for you.
Yeah.
Gonna bring him on the show. He's gonna give us his story. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. First guest, definitely looking forward to that. It's gonna be a good conversation.
Yeah, so we finally have people on schedule for who's gonna pop up this season. We have a few more spots if anybody wanted to get on. We might cut them off. So the form is in our Instagram bio and all that jazz. And if we feel like we want to have you on the podcast, we will. If we won't, then you won't hear from us.
Yeah, straight like that. But yeah, man, if you made it this far, it ain't no reason that you shouldn't have hit that like button by now. If you're on YouTube, it ain't no reason that you shouldn't have, you know what I mean, added a little review. If you on Apple or Spotify, we done already told you in the middle of the episode, stop not listening. I'm not talking to my kid. I'm talking to you. Stop not listening. Right. You know what I mean? So, yeah, hit the button. Right. Help us out. Yeah. We appreciate it. Absolutely. Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah. Yep, man. And with that being said, we'll be back here promptly next week.
Next week, man. Every week after that, too. Let's get it, man. We appreciate y'all rocking with us this far. We out.
Out, y'all.